Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Yesterday, I made a video on the injury and now death of Trey Walker, the Ravens' young cornerback. He died at age 23. Remember, the word football in gematria equals 83, and 83 is the 23rd prime number. If this young man, Trey Walker, really passed, I have no doubt that his death was a ritual sacrifice, just like the younger brother of Dion Waiters, who was injured on a dirt bike supposedly 9 days before Trey Walker. Very similar stories, one coming out of Philadelphia, the other Florida. Anyhow, several people who've seen that video have demonized it, attacked me, said it's absurd. It's frustrating, Truth Seeker, because I'm putting out real information that people need to have, but because people are so alarmed by it and have never been presented with anything similar, they just instantly dismiss and attack. They don't realize that I've done hundreds of these videos showing the same pattern. So for anyone who saw that video and is a skeptic, let me talk about two more recent related football deaths that connect to the New York Giants. In recent weeks, Gary Jeter, former New York Giants lineman, passed at age 61. Think about dying at age 61 in the beginning of 2016, emphasis on 16, 1-6, 6-1, reflections of each other. Anyhow, get this. Gary Jeter, in gematria, the name of the man who passed, sums to 46. And notice his full name is Gary Michael Jeter. Michael equals 33. If you add 33 more, it sums to 79. The word murder equals 79. Anyhow, Gary Jeter, as he went by, equals 46, just like NYG for New York Giants. The Giants last won Super Bowl 46. In simple English gematria, Gary equals 51. So does the word giant, the singular. Super Bowl 51 is upcoming, hosted in Houston, Texas. Houston Texans equals 51 in gematria, hosting Super Bowl 51. San Francisco in gematria equals 50. They just hosted Super Bowl 50. Anyhow, Jeter equals 58, very special number to the Freemasons. Freemasonry equals 58. His birthday was January 24th, 1955. He died March 10th, 2016. That means he died exactly 46 days after his birthday, at age 61. 46 matching his name gematria for Gary Jeter. The date he died on had numerology of 49, 22, 13. 49 is the number of revelation. New York has a lot of revelation coding within its state name, within its date of establishment. I have videos on this if you want to check it out. With regards to dying on a date with 29 numerology, the word football equals 29 the small way, 83 the big way. Gary Jeter wore the number 70 when he played for the Giants. This stands out because Giants, the plural in gematria, equals 70. Special number to wear for the team. He played his college ball at Southern Cal. Southern Cal has this gematria of 46, matching his name, matching NYG, matching the number of days he died after his birthday. And oftentimes these ritual sacrifices are counted by the numbers from the birthday, something I routinely show. They talk about how he had 52 sacks with the Giants. 52 stands out this year because the number of years old this country is 239. The nation's currently 239 years old. 239 is the 52nd prime number. It's interesting they show him playing against the San Francisco 49ers. Think about how the 49ers just hosted the Super Bowl. Think about how in history the baseball team named the Giants went from New York to San Francisco. These cities have histories. I got a picture of him tackling O.J. Simpson, another symbolic character by the numbers. In his story, they talk about how he reemerged in 83, football number. In 1985, Comeback Player of the Year. Remember, National Football League equals 85. I was talking about 85 and the build-up to the Super Bowl, how it was scripted for the Broncos, how it would probably be Broncos versus Panthers, how Von Miller would be the MVP, how there'd be a Black Panther tribute. All things I called well before the games were played. All from understanding this number code and seeing what's going on in the league. Anyhow, after the Super Bowl, Obama called the Broncos, congratulated them, and said how they reminded him of the 85 Bears, which Ron Rivera played for, the coach of the Panthers. All part of the coded tributes. This is how this gang of actor agent Masons works. Always sending out their number shout-outs. So here's another recent death in the Giants organization. They just lost their longtime trainer who'd been with the team since the beginning, who died at age 98. And when people die at age 98, no one questions it. That's a long age to live to. I want to show you what's very suspicious about this man's death, however. These Masons, these people who sacrifice people by the numbers, they kill all ages, young and old. I wouldn't be surprised in the least if they killed Mr. John Johnson. So some interesting things about John Johnson. He has this name gematria of 52 and 61. We just saw Gary Jeter pass at 61. We just talked about the significance of 52. I think last year when the Giants and 49ers played, the game summed to 52 points. Have to go back and look at that, but I think that's right going off the top of my head. John Johnson, in simple English gematria, sums to 142. When you write out the word 42 in Summit, it sums to 142. This number is interesting to New York City. NYC equals 42. The New England Patriots under Tom Brady and Belichick are 4-2 in Super Bowls. The only two losses against the New York Giants and Eli Manning. Tom Brady went 4-2 in Super Bowls against the Seattle Seahawks, who are from the 42nd state, Washington. This date he was born on, John Johnson, March 31st, 1917, a date with 70 numerology, matching Giants, a date with 52 numerology, a date with 25 numerology. The New York Giants were founded in 1925. It's also a date with 51 numerology. Again, Giant equals 51, Super Bowl 51 upcoming. The Giants just hired McAdoo, which equals 51. They hired him on a date with 51 numerology. The day he passed is very interesting. He passed at age 98 on February 28th, 2016, a date with 66 numerology. NFL and Jewish gematria equals 66, first Super Bowl at the end of the 66 season. It's also a date with a life lesson number of 39. New York equals 39. The date of establishment equals 39. 39, 93, major numbers in New York. It's also a date with 46 numerology. And this is where I start to go, okay, this is just too many things syncing up. I know the man's 98 years old. Think about how easy it would be to kill a 98-year-old in their sleep and have no one ever question it. As pretty much everyone will do. But this man died on very significant numbers to the NFL, or on a date with very significant numbers to the NFL and the New York Giants. Also, death in English gematria equals 228. He died on February 28th, 2/28. February 28th, the 59th day of the year. Kill in Jewish gematria equals 59. With regards to him dying at 98, it's a number that connects to prophecy. The word prophet equals 98. So does the name Eli Manning. Eli Manning won his first Super Bowl directly after Peyton Manning won his first Super Bowl. Peyton Manning just won his second Super Bowl. Will the trend continue with Eli winning directly after? Prophecy in gematria equals 106. Eli's birth name, Alicia Nelson Manning, in Pythagorean gematria equals 106. Two numbers that are often paired together. Here's the gematria of that name. And Eli Manning in simple English gematria. Here's how it was in history. Peyton Manning won with the Colts against the Bears, and then the next season, Giants over Patriots in the biggest surprise Super Bowl of all time. Arguably. That was in Glendale, Arizona. The next time the Super Bowl was in Glendale, Arizona, the Patriots were there against the Seahawks, And remember, the part owner, Miss Mara, passed away moments before the Super Bowl. Another ritual sacrifice, no doubt. There's always major deaths in accordance with the championship games. In the article about his death, they showed a picture of him working on Eli's foot. From his date of death to what would have been his 99th birthday, a span of 33 days. Another number of sacrifice. Think about Jesus on the cross at 33. Now let's just close out with the recent hiring of Ben McAdoo as the head coach of the Giants. He was hired by the numbers. Show you everything that's interesting here. He's about to turn 39 years old. He'll be 39 before the season starts. Again, everything in New York is coded 39. Major number there. The name McAdoo equals 51. He's getting hired just before the season of Super Bowl 51. He was hired January 14th, 2016, a date with 51 numerology corresponding with Giant, corresponding with his name. Also interesting, the date he was born on, a date with 112 numerology. This year the Super Bowl's in Houston. Houston has gematria of 112. Houston Texans equals 51. They're hosting Super Bowl 51. Another note, Andrew Luck in gematria equals 112. Andrew Luck's father, Oliver Luck, played his whole career with the Houston Oilers, never winning. Andrew Luck played his high school ball in Houston. It's a numbers league. It's scripted by the numbers. And also think about the Peyton and Eli connection to the Colts. Peyton Manning came into the league for the Colts. He left for the Broncos when the Colts drafted Andrew Luck, number 1 overall, out of Stanford. Once upon a time, John Elway was drafted number 1 overall out of Stanford by the Baltimore Colts, only to be traded to the Broncos. When Luck came into the league for the Colts, Peyton Manning was sent to the Broncos to play under John Elway. Last year, the Broncos organization was 55 years old, so was John Elway. I talked about earlier in the year, back when I made the prediction in October, how John Elway lost Super Bowl 24 to the 49ers by a score of 55-10. This is how long and planned out the league is. This stuff is scripted out for decades. Anyhow, Andrew Luck last year was not injured. It was a fake injury. He was sat out at 55 career games on purpose. It's all part of the synchronicity. Andrew Luck has played 55 career games, syncing up with what was going on with the Broncos. And think about Colts and Broncos, names for horses, horse words. 2014 was the year of the horse, when this whole pattern started. Also, one more point about Luck. The name Oliver Luck in Pythagorean gematria equals 47. The name Luck in simple English gematria equals 47. Oliver Luck is Andrew Luck's father. This coming Super Bowl, Super Bowl 51, will be the 47th Super Bowl of the modern era. Super Bowl 46 of the modern era just concluded with Peyton winning. Think about the 46 in light of the Giants, Gary Jeter, where we began, all the 46 connections. I think all this is connected, and I think it is truly foreshadowing a Colts-Giants Super Bowl. Aside from the Giants, if I had to rank teams for 2 and 3, I would say Packers and then Falcons. They have this alignment too by the numbers, but not as much as the Giants. I'm really set on the Colts, though. I fully expect the Colts to be in the Super Bowl. Should the Giants play in the Super Bowl, I think the Giants will win. Should it be Packers or Falcons, I think the Colts will win. So I still have homework to do. I'm working on this process, but this is what I'm seeing based on how things line up. Also, it should be noted that when Ben McAdoo was 33 years old, he was working with the Packers. The Packers won the Super Bowl that year over the Steelers at age 33. Remember, the G on the side of the Packers helmet represents 33 in Freemasonry. That's because in the Francis Bacon method, lowercase a through lowercase z is worth 1 through 26. Uppercase a through uppercase z is worth 27 through 52. Big G, 33. In history, the Falcons drafted Brett Favre 33rd overall on the 33rd parallel, and then traded him to the Packers for his Hall of Fame career. Wisconsin and Georgia, the only two states with 44 gematria. The upcoming Super Bowl on a date with 44 numerology. I'll be doing more videos throughout the year, don't worry. But I just want to catch people up on what's really going on in the world. From the death of 98-year-old trainers to the death of 61-year-old retired NFLers. The gang that runs the NFL, they do everything by the numbers. Until next time.